Today I'm filming using my phone camera because again, I left my camera at work. But it's okay. Welcome to my life. Yes. I'm about to do something that is a little bit risky and it might not work out. So if this is a fail video, I guess the word fail will be somewhere in the title. And if this is a success, awesome. Good job me. Pat myself on the head. Yay. So here's what we're doing. We're back in my bathroom again. If you guys notice that I have two different colored tiles in my bathroom, and some of the tiles are this cool tan color. It's kind of ugly, but whatever. And some of them are bright white, and some of them are like off-white, light blue. It doesn't match and it bothers me. And I'm not gonna tile the entire bathroom because that would take way too much time and effort. Instead, what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try and just cover some of the tiles with these sticky patches that are supposed to work in bathrooms, and like it's supposed to be waterproof, whatever, we'll see. But I'm just gonna cover 3 rows. So that is the goal, just to cover 3 rows of this tile with this tile, and hopefully it turns out well. I've never done anything like this before, but if you've watched some of my recent videos, then you should know this bathroom is squeaky clean, and it's the perfect time for me to try and apply something to the walls. So let's do it. Yeah, it's exciting. So far, so good. So some of the things you can see me doing here, just to explain a bit. First of all, I'm making sure I line up the thing perfectly. It's really important to me that there are no crooked tiles. There's nothing like off about the placement, because these tiles are exactly the same size as the tile on my wall. It has to line up perfectly or it's gonna look crazy. Then I just take this like smoother tool thing. I got it really cheap at the dollar store, and I just try to get out all the air bubbles. I don't really have my technique down perfectly yet, but I did go back and fix them once I've realized like exactly how I needed to push to get all the air bubbles out. So this is me just, applying the tiles slowly one by one, And when I get to the corner, you can see that I skipped the weird little sliver piece. I will go back and fill that in later, but like at this point in time, I wasn't sure how I wanted to do that. There are 5 tiles, right? And I just wanted to make sure that the tiling that I'm choosing makes sense, that I'm following the same pattern all over so that it doesn't look awkward. And I just hadn't figured out yet what I was gonna do with that one piece in the corner. Right about here is where I realized what I really need to do to get those air bubbles out. Like, you have to actually find the air bubble, concentrate on it, and push it to the edge to get it out. You can't just, generically swipe across the whole thing and expect to hit all the air bubbles. So now I've got my technique down. I'm gonna go back through and fix the others later. What are you watching? Baby? What are you watching? What movie?
Population 436.
Should I take a break and come watch it with you? Do you want me
It's a
to?
horror movie.
Do you want me to? At this point, I think it's safe to say I kind of got a rhythm down. I'm rested, because I took that little breaky break. And now I know exactly how to apply these. I'm, past the little testing period, and I've got my rhythm down. So I am just basically lining the stuff up, put it on the wall, press it down, push out the air bubbles, get my head in the way of the frame so you can't see what I'm doing, and yeah, that's how it's done. This is the point here where I decided to go ahead and commit to which tile pattern I was going to put on the little sliver in the corner. And I decided just basically to take the exact same pattern that's next to it and just extend it one more little sliver. So I don't know, that was the choice I decided to make, that it seemed to make sense to me. Obviously, I could have chosen a different tile in the pattern and just stuck it there, but I don't know. I wanted it to look like a professional did it, and I decided that this was the way that made sense to me. So basically just taking the slightly smaller tile that is right next to it and pretending to extend it into the next, like around the corner. Basically making one tile round the corner. That is what I decided to do. So I hope that explanation made sense. I don't know, I'm not the best at explanations, but you'll see in the end kind of what I meant by that. Okay, I did not truly just stop there. I opted to turn off the camera for a while to save my battery, and I just don't think you guys want to see the exact entire process. I figured I could skip some stuff, but now what I'm doing is again making these slivers, these smaller parts of tiles at the very bottom row. And basically how I do that, I don't do any actual measuring because I just don't have the patience for it. I'm just gonna vaguely eyeball, make a fold where I should cut, and then take my scissors and cut the sticker tile thing right there, and then stick it on, and I try to take the cut edge and put it against the bathtub. That's another thing that I didn't say earlier. I'm taking the edge that I cut and I put that up against a corner or up against the bathtub. Basically, I'm making it meet not another tile because I feel like since the edge that I cut is not perfect, I don't want to put that up against a perfectly cut tile edge. I'd rather put it up against the caulking, which is not as perfect, and that way it will look more natural. It will look like an actual sliced piece of tile, coming up against the caulking, as opposed to looking like a botched tiling job. So these stickers were not the single cheapest thing in the world. They were just a lot cheaper than buying actual tiles, which is why you see me taking not a whole separate tile to cut a little tiny corner out of, but kind of using the pieces sparingly. If I could get more than one part of a tile out of one piece of tile sticker, then that's what I was gonna do, because I ordered what I assumed was pretty much just enough to cover the space that I wanted to cover. It actually ended up being more than enough, but I didn't know that at the time and I was being careful. Okay, I'm on the last piece. I gotta somehow fit this around that. I already did one half of the faucet, and it looks pretty janky up close, but from far away you can't tell that it looks janky. So let's see if I can do this one better than that one, and if I can't, well, at least it'll look good from far away. So the first thing I'm gonna do here is I'm going to measure. It's not really measuring. I'm not using any measurement tools. I'm just basically lining it up with where the faucet thingy begins, and I'm gonna make a little fold mark there, and that tells me how far I should cut. Then I'm gonna cut up to that point, and yeah, that's my version of measuring. I've been working on this all day at this point. I'm pretty tired. I'm ready to be done. So that's also part of why I'm getting a little lazy, but I did try my best. I tried my best. Then I go ahead and wipe away any moisture that is on that tile, because that is right around where the faucet is. I need to make sure that this is gonna stick on and it's not gonna get wet and fall off and ruin all my hard work. And then I measure one more time and then start cutting a plus sign shape into the area where I think it's gonna make a circle. So it's kind of hard to explain what I mean by that, but basically I'm widening that hole so it's not just horizontal but also vertical, and that's how I'm going to start sticking it on the wall. This also seems like a good time for me to apologize for this weird angle and how you're only seeing kind of the bottom of the screen here. It should be more centered. I couldn't see what the angle was because again, I'm recording with my phone, and I didn't check. I just believed in myself and it wasn't the best choice. So I'm sorry it's not really the clearest view ever, but just know that nothing I'm doing here is to perfection. I am really just like giving it the old college try at this point. I have no idea what I'm doing, so this ain't really a tutorial anyway. Getting these last parts to line up and to like stretch and to fit was the hardest part of this entire, tiling thing. A straight and flat piece is easy to put on, especially towards the end when I really have been practicing it. But getting a piece on there that has a circular hole in it, that was not successful. It wasn't just hard, I didn't do it, but I did my best. And I even like stuck a little tiny piece of sliver back on right there in the little gap, and I call it, mostly successful. I tried, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I don't know. That's as good as it gets. I feel like it looks really good. Even though, if you get real close, you can see my mistakes. But other than that, I think it looks really good. Okay, so that's that. One project down. Now I just have to clean up, and I'm really proud of my work. It's not perfect. That's what DIY is all about, okay? Not having perfect results, but not having to pay someone else for it. So go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you think that I did a good job. And I think I did a good job. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please go ahead and subscribe, okay? Because you're watching this video to the end. If you're still watching right now, you're not watching because of the DIY project, okay? You're watching because of me. I'm in this video. And let me tell you, I'm in all of my videos. So you should just go ahead and subscribe so you can enjoy more of moi. Okay? Thank you. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. So bye.